Hey, what's up? It's me, it's Keith. I just wanted to carry on with this subject that I started. This is part two of Raw Vegan Stoner. I'm just going to take a little walk here. So, I'm sort of leaving this phase of. I've been smoking pot. Somebody asked me whether I'm smoking, vaping, or cooking. I've done all of them, and I've been in different phases in my life about how what my relationship with cannabis, marijuana, weed, 420, what all of that is. Um, yeah, I'm leaving this phase. So I was pretty much straight edge for an entire year. And I go through these phases of my idea of moderation. Did I say this already? You know, how I deal with moderation. I'm into moderation on a lot of level, but my idea of moderation with marijuana, at least, where I'm not using it as a crutch or like how people drink alcohol or they need to get a load off, or I don't need any of that. I don't need to get a load off. I'm looking to like exert myself as a super brain, a superhero, a super creative person. So I'm looking to like make a big change in myself, and that's to have an experience, yeah? So for me, moderation is when I come across, when I purchase cannabis or whatever, I freaking stay like high for 24 hours for in this last case that I just came through right here, and I'm kind of like letting go of it. 45 days, one of my longest for sure. And it's a really good one for me. But I'm not reporting on this, I'm talking about cannabis. And before I get too far away on this, let's get into Terence McKenna and plant spirits and why we do this. And we're coming out of a period of a lot of like conservatism, which is the Piscean age, and a lot of beliefs in binary thinking, which is really fucked up. There is no right, wrong, left, right, black, white, up, down. There isn't. Where are we going to go with that? Yeah, so we've just kind of come upon this thinking within our culture of where people want to define or get this sort of template going about how to have success. And somehow, there's ugly words, intoxicating, words like drugs and stuff like that. And somehow, there's just words you got to avoid. Like even calling cannabis a drug is like, there's so many things that you could call drugs. So all I'm talking about is just the power of these things, and that they're very useful for an optimal life, and they're also very easily abused. Meaning it's a double-edged sword, and this is where you get into this. Definitely wanted to touch on this area where cannabis using, or any drug taking for that matter, there I use the word drug, the taking of any entheogen or plant spirit. Let's be respectful to these beings. That's what they are. Hey, so this is a view of where I haven't been down here. I was like, damn, dude, you need to do some of the stuff you were in Thailand in your own neighborhood, because where I live is really beautiful. This is a steep hill I ride up all the time. I do, like, my bike is broke down right now, but I just go up and down this hill like 20 times, and I do it in a half hour, and I love cycling, but I don't like doing any of that durian rider bullshit, Just get it over 25 minutes, straight uphill, back down, straight uphill, back down, straight uphill, back down. So, of having respect, or just acknowledging the benefits of these plant spirits, these beings that can change us, and my use of it is to get a change, and to look at something. Like a lot of times I'm doing really well where I used to really use cannabis to like sort of get out of society and get unlocked from the whole like just you see it. To me it's like gears. It's like a thing that's working well, but it's kind of broken the way it's just really rigid. And that gets you away from it, and it gives you a wider view to where you're not locked into stuff, and especially when you get locked into your own thoughts. And in the worst case, that can just completely turn into insanity, which is why things like cannabis and things like ayahuasca and magic mushroom therapy kind of heal people, because they get themselves so far down this cul-de-sac. I'm talking about an extreme point of view, but you just have to be open-minded with the potentials that goes on with our relationship with all these plants, all these things that these things can do. I mean, let's just go through a list of amazing plants, okay? And let's include anything, like things that, well, everything that we have available to us in the physical is either a plant or it's mind. It's one or the other. There is no other shit, okay? So let's just go through the plants that are including entheogens, including foods that are just powerful. The first one that comes to my mind is spirulina. So I'm just going to start naming off all kinds of things that are amazing. Spirulina, chlorella, cyboscilum, ayahuasca, seaweed, burdock root, chocolate, maca, like every superfood. I won't even go through the superfood. Every superfood, cannabis seeds, hemp, all the forms that it comes up in, different algae, different like herbs, like all the Chinese herbs and all the amazing things that they do, all the Western herbs and all the amazing things that they do. Do you get that there is a movement within veganism? Two names, 80-10-10, and what is the fucking word for that? Hygiene. Yes, essentially the same thing. The hygiene thing was a thing that happened at the turn of the century, and the 80-10-10 is a perfection of something that was fucked up into like being new again. But they ignore all this. A lot of these things I just listed, they don't think it means anything. They're just into like macronutrients and shit. My point wasn't to go off on that. My point is, why is all of this here? Why are we here? Having a good relationship with all these plant spirits and using them in a way that's wise, with discernment, can lead to some amazing breakthroughs. So, but a lot of people have used all this stuff, and there's the whole dark side of this, you know, of where people are not doing anything, of where they're, you know, whatever. But then the problem is not of like labeling the cannabis. The problem is with yourself and all your darkness. And the cannabis or yourself, sober, can unlock all the darkness of you. But some people are so broken that they can't even look at themselves. And so, let me conclude as I get up here to the top. Gonna take another little digression. That's mullein right there. Amazing plant spirit. Yeah, it's really good for your lungs. It grows everywhere up here. What is the problem? The problem is the cannabis is this amazing like plant spirit thing with all these benefits, and as they study it they unlock more and more and more. Or is the problem with you? You know? Just because you're a dumb fucked up piece of shit, and I'm talking about myself at times. This is all about myself. This is me like pulling my thoughts together. This is not me teaching to you or anything like that. Don't have something bad happen in your life and then do something really fucked up like a 12-step program or a 12-step type of thinking, or a yes, no, black, white, left, right, up, down, no, yes, high, low type thinking tell you that you need to segregate your life like this. If you are truly evolving and truly being the alchemical genius of your life, your life, and this is, step back further, your soul life, because again, this is 2 words in a gigantic epic book, this life. That's less than what I usually say. So don't get so caught up in this life. But if you are the genius of your life, you will not make those dissections about what's good and what's bad. And something may not appear to be working for you. Oh, one more digression. Way out there, that's Victorville, Apple Valley. And this is, I'm on the very top, oh well, not really the very top of the mountain, but this is where I live, and my house is over on the other side. So, as you're being the master of your life, and you're going through these experiences and finding things that don't work, and then you deal with those, and then you adjust, and you do what your belief system calls for, and you learn more and more about all the magnificent and magical ways of living, and you learn things like that. Listen, wait for it. You learn things like that darkness is your best friend. Your darkest hour is your best friend, because that's where you learn. That's where you get wisdom. So I'm leaving this cannabis period, and I'm signing out right now because this video is, it only takes me less than 15 minutes to walk to the top of the hill from my house. I walk this all the time, but that's pretty pathetic that I don't take a little walk right before bed. I didn't know it was only 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes, because I'm walking back home. Hey, it's Keith, live rock star. Next stuff coming up, I'm gonna put up a few things that I left behind from Thailand. Yeah, a great one on relationships. And then I started talking a lot about Truth Calkins. I have a long 6 or 7 part thing coming up about recollecting the sort of legacy, as I experienced it, of Truth Calkins, one of the most amazing health alchemical livers in human form, in my opinion. Not the greatest person ever, but definitely a big, huge hero in my life. Okay, so this is, hey, it's Keith, live rockstar. Follow me on Facebook if you want to message me, and follow this, like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Support me by supporting my music. Second Culture. Second Culture, one word, .bandcamp.com. Downloads on there. A lot of stuff. A lot of great stuff happened to me on this Stay in Stone period, so I'm getting my music stuff together. Second half of 2016, got a lot more talking to do. Secondculture.bandcamp.com, second-culture.com. That's my website. Nothing new there, really. Gonna put a new song on there. So, hey, this is me signing out. This is where I live. Can you believe this? That's so cool. Isn't life such a blessing? Ha! Hey, I'll see you later.